In this video, we're going to talk about how to hit a shot out of a divot. The number one most important thing is to analyze the lie. And that is, I would say, 95% of the equation. It's not so much the technique. Understanding what type of divot is the ball in. Is it on the back side of the divot? Is it in the middle? Is it in the front side? I see so many amateur golfers, the first thing they do is they take a high lofted club, put the ball back in their stance, and that's not necessarily always the case. Really has a lot to do with what the lie is. Understanding the lie takes a lot of experience, and I've hit out of a fair share of divots in my lifetime. And another thing, it gets even more difficult than that. If this divot was filled with sand, now that adds another element to it. So, depending on the divot, what type of divot, how firm is the ground? Is it really firm? Is it soft? I like to think of it as, if the ground is soft, you can go down after it and make a bigger divot. Right now, our golf course is playing firm and fast here at Hacienda, so it's hard to make a bigger divot on top of the divot. I know it gets really wordy and difficult to describe, but in a situation where it's firm, I like to take a less lofted club and almost sweep it, thin it, hit half of the golf ball and advance the golf ball towards the hole. If there's trouble in front and that's the only shot you got, then you've either got to lay up or go around it or go over everything. So I'm going to hit this shot where I've got a fair amount of room under the golf ball. Got a 60-yard shot. I've got my 60-degree wedge. And the reality is, for me, hitting this golf shot is not very difficult. This is much more intimidating psychologically than it is where I rate the difficulty of it. So I'm going to hit a normal shot here. I'll put it a little bit back in my stance and hit down on it, but not too much. All right, here we go. Ball a little bit back, trust it. Ooh, I should have hit out of divots more often. Hit that to about 5 feet. Okay, now this is where it gets really difficult. Here we go. If I fill this golf shot just got 100% harder. This is one of those situations where I'm just trying not to make double. So if you get a close-up of this, sand-filled divot, ball usually sits down with our type of sand, and it really becomes a long bunker shot. You know, this is basically a 60-yard bunker shot out of a bad lie because the ball is not sitting up. Now, I'm going to move this golf ball. That would be a long bunker shot off of a good lie. You rarely get those. So I'm going to hit this shot from that lie right there. Extremely difficult to make good ball contact. So one of the things I like to do when you have an average to a poor lie out of a long bunker shot is take a less lofted club. I'm going to go with a 9-iron, and I'm basically hitting a long pitch shot, and I'm surrounded. This shot is surrounded by bunkers. I cannot go over the first bunker hitting this type of shot, so I'm going to do my best to kind of go around it. I'm going to go a little bit left of the bunker that you see right ahead of you, and I'm going to try to feed it through that neck, and if I stay up, I might end up a little short, and I've got to take my medicine. All right, here we go. Narrow stance, nice long sweepy swing. It is what it is. The key is I've expected that. That's the worst I'm gonna do. I didn't hit it into the bunker, or I didn't hit it into another bunker that I'm uncomfortable with, it, which will leave me on another long bunker shot, but it takes a lot of experience to learn all these different lies. Remember, play the ball down. If it's in a divot, learn to play it, and get out in the afternoon and hit some shots out of divots and see what it's like. Try some different things. There's so many possibilities, and understanding the outcome, what could happen, instead of what's the best case scenario. It's a really important way to think about what you decide to do. Hope this video helped, and we'll see you in the next one.